Hello, North Country basketball fans, and welcome to Chazy. Tonight we have a game on the 18th of January 2012 between the Westport Eagles and the Chazy Eagles. I'm Joey Trombley. I'll be calling the action tonight. On the camera is the founding father of Hometown Cable himself, Calvin Castine. And the Eagles win, that's the Westport Eagles win that jump ball, and it's number 11, Ellie Schwobel with the ball. She gives it up over to Mitchell. Mitchell gives it up to Rasko. Rasko back to Mitchell. Over to Rasko. She gets into the paint, passes it back out. Shot goes up, and it was Ellie Schwobel makes the first bucket of the game, and Westport goes up 2-0 here in this JV game between Chazy and Westport. And there's the drive by Shelby Gagno, but it's rebounded by Schwobel. Schwobel is one of the big guns here in the early going here for Westport. She gives it up over to Mitchell, over to Rasko. Now it's Mitchell with the ball back to Rasko. Rasko's number 4, Mitchell is 5. Shot goes up, and the rebound goes into the hands of Schwobel. And early on, Schwobel is all over the place. Quick shot, nice rotation, misses the shot, and it's controlled by number 4, Rasko. So the Eagles of Chazy are getting dominated on the board here early. Offensively, Westport is there. Shot is missed, and it goes into the hands of number 2 for Chazy is Brianna Rotella. She gives it ball up to Shelby Gagno. She's the point guard here for the Eagles. And there's movement here by the Eagles inside to the paint to Paige Garnett. She moves it over to Rotella. And it is Garnett into the paint, has it blocked, and it goes into the hands of number 11, Schwobel. Schwobel pushes it up over to Rasko. Rasko crosses midcourt over to Mitchell, top of the key. Back over to Rasko. She tries to go down low. Tried to get it into the hands of Melifu, but it's taken out of bounds off of Melifu, so the ball will go to Chazy. And coming into the game is Skylar Thomas. Coming out of the game is Christine Pilon. With 6:13 to go here in the first quarter, it's 2-0 Westport leading the Chazy Eagle JV team here. Shelby Gagno looking to drive, stops her dribble, pushes it back over to Stalker, into Rotella. Rotella, nice rotation by Brianna Rotella. She ties this game with 5:55 to go here in the first quarter. Double team here by the Eagles, putting a full court pressure, the Chazy Eagles, onto Westport. Shot clock down to 23. Nice pressure, working for the turnover. Nice play by Garnett. Gagno flips it up over to Rotella. Rotella off the glass. Nice play by Shelby Gagno, finding Rotella underneath the basket. She takes it off the backboard and in. Chazy goes up 4-2, and timeout Westport. And Westport back from the timeout. It is Rasko. She gets the ball into Mitchell, and you can see that they've been working on this full court press here, jump ball, and the ball favors Chazy. So Calvin, you can see that during their practices they've worked on this full court press. I haven't seen it run yet this year.
No, working good that time down.
Yeah, they're doing the basics very well.
Jump ball.
Well, the arrow I thought favored Chazy, and it does. So the officials are Bill Liberty on the far side, and
Bolshevik Bill,
and then we got Randy Lozier, and there's a steal. It's number 10 Sudeth, takes the inbounds pass, goes over to Schwobel, and number 21 Molifu, the shot up, rebounded by Stalker, and it's Paige Garnett looking to run the floor, and there is a foul, reaching foul by Emily Rasko. And Bailey Stalker will take the ball and gets to Rotella. Pushes it over to Shelby Gagno. Might have got away with the travel on that one. Shot goes up and it's knocked away. So Chazy underneath the basket. And off to the right of us are the Westport fans, and they saw it as a travel too. But the two that count, Lozier and Liberty, said no. So the ball stays with Chazy with 4:58 to go here in the first quarter. They lead 4-2. Ball back to Gagno, top of the key, being guarded by Rasko, baseline. Nice shot, and the rebound goes into the hands of, nice play by Rotella over to Garnett. Gagno goes baseline, shot up by Skylar Thomas. It doesn't drop, so it's picked up, the rebound by Schwobel. She'll take it up herself, top of the key. Goes right side over to Mitchell. Mitchell gives it back over to Rasko. Rasko will try to find back to Mitchell. She does, over to Schwobel. Now goes baseline. They tried to get it in the hands of Sudeth. It was knocked out of bounds by the Chazy defense. And checking into the game is number 14, Hannah Place. And Ellie Schwobel calls for the play. Into the hands of Megan Sudeth. Shot up. And a beautiful shot by Schwobel. Baseline jumper, nothing but net. And Schwobel has all 4 points here for Westport in the first quarter. We're halfway through the first quarter. It's 4-4. Ball into the hands of Rotella. Rotella driving into the paint. Nice shot off. And Brianna Rotella takes it right to the net there, taking a 12-footer. Takes it off the backboard and in. There's a full court pressure again. And Westport showing some trouble with the press. Now a nice job breaking it. And there it is. And nice job. And Westport did everything right to break that press. Got a nice shot. It just didn't fall. And now it's Chazy on the fast break. Bailey Stalker trying to get the ball over to Gagno, but it's taken away by Rasko. And we have a jump ball, and the arrow favors Westport with 3:25 to go. Chazy leading 6-4. And checking into the game is Mara Trombley. Coming out of the game is Bailey Stalker. And the ball goes into Schwobel's hands, and everybody's back except Gagno. And quickly the ball goes into the hands of Sudeth. Back over to Schwobel. And Lee Schwobel goes right side to Rasko. Shot up by number 21, Molafu. And it will go to Chazy with 3:10 to go. The Lady Eagles of Chazy leading the Lady Eagles of Westport 6-4. Shelby Gagno, the point guard for Chazy, crosses mid-court. She looks right, gets it over to Rotella. Inside to Paige Garnott. Garnott with the ball. Inside over to Skylar Thomas. Nice pass by Garnott, finding Thomas to the hoop. And it is Skylar Thomas going to the line for two. And I'm trying to see who Bill Liberty's calling the foul on. And I cannot pick it up. And Thomas makes the first one, and Chazy goes up by 3. Now into the game is Cheyenne Clamor. And nice rotation by Skylar Thomas, and Chazy goes up 8-4. Full court pressure, trying to get it in. They do get into Schwobel. And there's a trapping defense here by the Eagles. Into the hands of Rasko. Pushes it up, knocked away by Skylar Thomas. Push it up, and it goes by Gagno, picked up by Schwobel. Schwobel gets it up over to Rasko. Rasko looking across midcourt, goes all the way down, goes off the hands, and the press is working very well for Chazy right now as they are disrupting the flow of Westport, trying to bring the ball up. And we have Rachel Pombrio checking into the game, as well as Christine Pilon. And we have Skylar Thomas out and Shelby Gagno coming out with 2:31 to go here in the first quarter. And it is Melofu called for a travel. And Trombley gets it up over to Pombrio. And Rachel Pombrio for Chazy taking it up. She's the point guard now for Shelby Gagno, who's out of the game. Gives it up over to Brianna Rotella, over to Trombley. Trombley into the paint, pushing it out over to Pilon. Pilon. And it was tipped, and it's picked up by Rachel Pombrio. She turns on the afterburners. And Pombrio going all the way in. Oh, Pombrio did everything right, but it just wouldn't fall. And it's now controlled by Schwobel. And the intensity is picked up here in the final 2 minutes. Schwobel with the ball, goes to the left side over to Rasko. Raskell goes inside, and it's taken away by Trombley as it came off the hands of Hannah Place. Trombley gives it up over to Rachel Pombrio with 1:38 to go here in the first quarter. Chazy leading Westport 8-4, and it's Rachel Pombrio. Gives it up over to Rotella. Brianna Rotella with the ball back over to Trombley. Trombley looking to penetrate, gives it back over to Rotella. Shot goes up, and it goes off of Rotella trying to get her own rebound. So the ball will go to Westport. And we have number 5, Mitchell, checking into the game, and we have Emily Raskell checking out of the game. And the ball goes into the hands of number 1, Kramer. Cheyenne Kramer gives it up over to Ellie Schwobel. Schwobel being guarded by Rachel Pombrio. Schwobel has it knocked away by Pombrio. And Schwobel knocks it away from Pombrio, and the ball will go to Chazy. And Mara Trombley will take the ball out here for Chazy. And so we have some pressure here by the Eagles of Westport. And Paige Garnett with the ball looking to drive. Garnett takes it up. She goes up strong. And Randy Lozier says foul on Cheyenne Kramer. So Paige Garnett will go to the line for 2 with 1:04 to go. Chazy up 8-4. And I'll take this time right now to appeal to the viewers out there. This is viewer-supported television, business-supported, and we are appealing to you to support Hometown Cable so we can preserve these North Country memories as Calvin spends every day. He's out here taping local events, and they are just absolutely wonderful. You can see your grandkids on TV. You can see your kids, nieces and nephews. Nice shot by Pelon. They go up 10-4. So if you can feel compelled to make a donation to preserve these hometown memories, please send a check to 1477 Ridge Road, Champlain, New York, 12919. Or you can go to hometowncablenetwork.com or plattsburgh.com and make a donation on a PayPal account. And if you want to see this game here, I mean, you can, if you aren't aware of this, Calvin pretty much posts everything he does that night or the next morning, so you can literally watch it right off. And it's Pombrio on a breakaway. Pombrio goes up and fouled by number 5, Mitchell. So Pombrio going to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Chazy has gone up 12-4. And we do a segment called Talking Business with Joey Trombley. And if you have a business you'd like to have highlighted, we are looking for local businesses that want to be highlighted. We want to promote local businesses to keep businesses local. And if you'd like to be on one of our shows, give Calvin a call at 298-HOME, H-O-M-E. And Pombrio delivers on the three-point play, and it's now 13-4 Chazy. And the ball goes into the hands of Raskell. Nice pressure defense. Trombley doing a nice job. Ball comes up into the hands of 21 Melofou. And Melofou has it knocked away by Pombrio with 14.3 to go. Westport trying to cut into this deficit, trying to either get a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer as this first quarter comes to an end. And Schwobel with the shot, and it's rebounded by Paige Garnett. 8 seconds to go. Pushes it up over to Brianna Rotella, and Trombley gets a shot up. It doesn't drop. So Chazy had a couple good looks toward the end of the first period, but the first period comes to an end. The Chazy Eagle ladies leading the Westport Eagles 13-4. And we're starting the second quarter here, and Trombley gets it up over to Shelby Gagnon. Gagnon crosses midcourt. Second quarter, I'm Joey Trombley calling the action. Calvin Castine on the camera here for Hometown Cable. And turnover Chazy, ball picked up by Mitchell, and it's over and back. So good defense by the Lady Eagles. And Mara Trombley will take the ball in. There's Pombrio. There is Pelon with the ball. Over to Pombrio. Pushes it back over to Gagnon. Shot up. And it's a nice rebound by number 5, Mitchell. Gives up to Schwofeld. Into the hands of Mitchell. Taken away by Gagno. Gagno running the floor. She has some nice speed. Gets the shot up. It doesn't drop. Rebounded by number 5, Mitchell. And the ball was tied up, and the arrow favors Westport. And Schwobel with the ball, giving it up over to Rasko. Rasko quickly gets it up over into the hands of Sudduth. There's the shot, in and out, and it's rebounded by Callie McGrath. McGrath giving it up to Trombley. Trombley gives it up over to Pombrio. Into the hands of Shelby Gagno. 6:57 to go here in the second. Chazy up by 9. And Pilon into the paint. McGrath gets a shot up high off the backboard, and it goes off of the Chazy players. So Westport will take the ball out underneath. It's Ellie Schwobel taking the ball out here for Westport. Shelby Gagno back defensively. Ball comes into the hands of Mitchell. Mitchell on the far sideline works away past midcourt. Gives it up over to number 10, Sudduth. And Sudduth is tied up, and the arrow will now favor Chazy. And Trombley will take it out, and we have full court pressure here by the Westport Eagles, and they're kind of returning the favor for what Chazy did to them in the first period. And a quick pass up to McGrath, and nice turnover, so the full court pressure rattles the Lady Eagles of Chazy with a turnover. Quick shot by Rasko, but it's rebounded by Christine Pilon. Pilon with the ball, has it taken away by number 10, Sudduth, but now taken away by Shelby Gagno. Over to Trombley. Trombley back over to Gagno. 6:20 to go. Westport goes back defensively. Gagno takes it across midcourt. She goes to the far side. Gagno driving, gets a shot up off the backboard into the hands of Ellie Schwobel. Schwobel running the floor, but Chazy does a nice job getting back defensively, and a double dribble called. So another turnover on Westport. And now we have Bailey Stalker in as well as Skylar Thomas. And Christine Pilon's out, and Mara Trombley is out.
One in for Westport.
And somebody came in for Westport. Did you catch that, number 1? Oh, I think one person came in. So Cheyenne Kramer has come in for Westport. Shelby Gagno takes the shot up, and it's rebounded by number 10, Sudduth. Megan Sudduth. Pressure here by the Eagles. And it is Rasko who will run the floor here for Westport. Rasko pushes it back to Kramer, who just checked into the game. And there's the shot by Mitchell. Shot goes back up, and it's rebounded by McGrath. McGrath gives it up over to Gagno. Shelby Gagno being guarded by Rasko. And McGrath into the paint. And it's taken away by Mitchell. Mitchell and Pombrio comes out of nowhere and fouls Mitchell. Wouldn't give Mitchell an easy shot. So Sydney Mitchell will go to the line for 2. Foul by Rachel Pombrio with 5:16 to go here in the second. And Mitchell makes the first one. And Mitchell crossed the line before the ball hit the rim. So with 5:16 to go, Chazy up by 8, and the coach calls him back, doesn't want any full court pressure. And it's Rachel Pombrio taking it up. Gives it up over to Brianna Rotella. Skylar Thomas gets the shot up. Oh, in and out. Thomas goes back up. Thomas trying 3-4 quarter, but she's tied up by number 4, Rasko, Emily Rasko. And the arrow favors Chazy, but nice job by Skylar Thomas. And Bailey Stalker will take the ball out here for Chazy. Over to McGrath. McGrath underneath to Thomas. Thomas gets it. And it is into the hands of Sudduth. Back over to Rasko. Over to Schwobel. Ellie Schwobel goes left side over to Sudduth. Megan Sudduth. Back to Schwobel. Rasko goes inside the paint to Schwobel. Taken away by Brianna Rotella. Over to Rachel Pombrio. Pombrio has the position. Can't get it to drop. And there would be a foul. I'm not sure who looks like Rotella was called for the foul. And it is Megan Sudduth with the ball for Westport. She crosses midcourt into the hands of Schwobel. Rasko inside, nice pass. And Kaladou Melofu just missed the layup, and Rotella with the shot can't get it to drop. So the Eagles of Chazy are getting some good looks. They just aren't dropping, and it's Schwobel trying to get a shot off, guarded by Rotella. Sudduth comes up, gets the loose ball, gives up her dribble, pushes it back into Melofu, and Melofu takes it off the backboard, and it's now 15-7 Chazy with 3:50 to go. Inside to Rotella. Rotella can't get the drop. Another good look. And they've taken two off the Chazy board. It's now 13-7, so they might have made a mistake there. So the Eagles of Chazy are up 13-7, not 15-7. And all kinds of changes coming in here for Chazy. We have Christina Pilon and Paige Garnett into the game. Nice defense by Gagno. And Schwobel goes over to Sudduth. Sudduth gets the shot off. It goes into the hands of Brianna Rotella. Over to Shelby Gagno. And Gagno crosses midcourt. She's driving. She's got the lane open. Nice drive, and Shelby Gagno off the backboard, and Chazy now goes up 15-7. And it is Ellie Schwobel called for the travel. She turned around and wasn't expecting the defensive player to be there for Chazy, and it caused her to do a travel. So Stocker gets it into Shelby Gagno. Gagno looking to penetrate again. Goes over to Pilon. Pilon quickly gets the shot off. Paige Garnett with the rebound. Nice job, Garnett. Over to Gagno. Gagno now drive again. Hits the front of the rim. Rebounded by Megan Sudduth. Sudduth gets it up over to Rasko. Rasko just throws it up. Taken away by Pilon. Pilon over to Gagno. Gagno gets the shot off. Doesn't drop. Nice rebound by Rotella. And she's not giving it up. And the arrow favors Westport. With 2:35 to go, Chazy up by 8. And timeout by Chazy with 2:35 to go. Chazy leading Westport 15-7. And we're back from the timeout, and it goes into the hands of Ellie Schwobel. Schwobel crosses midcourt. Into the hands of Rasko, back to Schwobel. Schwobel goes right side to Sudduth. Sudduth looking underneath, comes back to Schwobel, left side to Rasko. She steps in, shot off, and it's rebounded by, it was Malafu. She missed it. The loose ball goes into the hands of Westport. Schwobel thought about taking the shot. She goes up over to Rasko. 2 seconds left, and the shot clock goes off. So good defensive effort by Chazy with 2:04 to go. 15-7 Chazy. And it is Shelby Gagno with the ball. And a partial block, and the ball's into the hands of Westport. And Shelby Gagno steals the ball. Nice job trying to find Garnett. And Malafu with it quickly gets it out over to Ellie Schwobel. Schwobel being guarded by Gagno. Minute 33 to go. And it is Rasco. And we have a jump ball. And they're getting lackadaisical on the scoreboard, Calvin. They aren't moving that arrow back and forth. Now
it can be replaced, you know.
Oh, yes. They can be. That's a job that people want. They got to get a sign-up list for that position over there. So the arrow now favors Westport. We'll see if they switch it after this one here. Well, Lozier's looking at him like saying, switch it. And it goes into Schwobel. Ellie Schwobel with the ball. Westport trailing by 8 with a minute to go here in the second. Mitchell thinking of taking a shot. Has it knocked away by Brianna Rotella. She gets it up over to Paige Garnott. Garnott over to Shelby Gagno. Gagno has Stocker open to the left. Stocker with the ball. Gives it up over to Rotella. And that would be a double dribble. And Rotella realizes it now. With 46 seconds to go here left in the second. It is the 18th of January 2012. We are in Chazy. I'm Joey Trombley calling the action. Calvin Castine on the camera. And Schwobel looking to drive. Nice job by Garnott to come over to cut it off the lane. And it is Rasco. Over to Mitchell. Rasco trying to get the shot off. And that would be a jump ball. So nice job by Gagno. And with 27.5, there is no shot clock. We'll see if Chazy plays down to one final shot with an 8-point lead, trying to make it 10 or 11. And it's Gagno with the ball. And nope, she gets it right up, nails a three-pointer right off and gets it. So it's now 18-7 with 17 seconds to go. And now it's Rasco. Rasco gets a shot off, and Rasco makes a bucket. So it's 18-9, 6 seconds to go. Can they get a shot off before the half? Gagno gets the shot off again. And it doesn't drop, but it was a good look by Shelby Gagno. And it's halftime here in Chazy. The Eagles of Chazy leading the Eagles of Westport 18-9. And we're starting the third quarter here in Chazy. The Eagles of Chazy leading Westport 18-9. In this MVAC JV action here on the 18th of January 2012. And it's a Mitchell baseline. And now Rasco gets the shot up. And it's rebounded by Melifu. Gives it up over to Ellie Schwobel, who had a nice shot. It just didn't drop. So it goes out of bounds. So the Lady Eagles of Chazy will take it out. It's a Bailey Stocker over to Shelby Gagno. Gagno, the point guard for the Eagles here, crosses midcourt. And 3 seconds on Paige Garnett. And the ball comes into Schwobel's hands just beyond the three-point arc. Gets it up over to Rasco. Rasco trying to find Melifu, and Bailey Stocker tried to get to it, but she stepped on the line. So it's a turnover for Chazy, and it's Ellie Schwobel taking the ball out here for the Westport Eagles into the hands of Mitchell. Mitchell, top of the key, back over to Schwobel to Rasco. Rasco's got an open look, doesn't take the shot, gives it back to Mitchell. She goes baseline over to Suddiff. And there's a battle for the ball, and the arrow favors Chazy. And the ball comes into Shelby Gagno. And again, they don't change the arrow clock here. We're watching that now, and it's not changed again. And Gagno drives into the paint, makes the bucket. It's now 20-9. And full court pressure pays off, taken by Brianna Rotella. Oh, nice play by Garnott. Over to Shelby Gagno underneath. She makes the bucket. So she'll try to go make it the old-fashioned way. And Randy Lozier just went over and said, switch the clock, boys.
I think the boys spend too much time visiting.
Yeah, they're having a heck of a time over there. So it's 22-9 Chazy, and it's Shelby Gagnon going for the line here for 1. And it doesn't drop. Rebounded by Mellowfu, and she gives it up over to Ellie Schwabel. Schwabel over to Rasko. Rasko one-handed drive, and it doesn't drop. Picked up by Gagnon. She has Brianna Rotella. Rotella on the fast break, gets the shot up, and it drops. So nice ball movement by the Eagles. The shots are starting to drop, and they go up 24-9. Full court pressure again. And giving up the dribble, goes into the hands of Schwabel. Stolen away by Shelby Gagnon. Takes it off the backboard, another easy layup, and it's 26-9. And Westport doesn't have any answer for the full court press. Chazy calls it off. And it's Rasko getting the ball up over to Mitchell. Mitchell far side over to Schwabel. Schwabel into the paint, pushes it back over to Sudeth. Nice ball movement by the Westport Eagles. Shot by Rasko. And it was rebounded by Kaladu Mellowfu, and she's fouled. So she'll go to the line for 2 with 5:38 to go. In the third period. Calvin corrects me, and Calvin's been quiet tonight. I've been doing a lot of play-by-play. I haven't brought Calvin into the game here. So Calvin, I do apologize for that.
That's fine. I'm in the game. I'm taking the pictures.
You are taking the pictures. And Mellowfu drops the first one. Hits the rim, rebounded by Paige Garnott. She tried to get it up over to Bailey Stocker, but it was knocked back to her. Gagnon, top of the key, pushes it up over to Rotella. Rotella goes baseline over to Pilon. Christine Pilon back into Rotella. All the way back over to Shelby Gagnon. Gagnon has it knocked away, and they tie it up. And the arrow favors Westport with 5:16 to go here in the third. Chazy up over Westport, 26-10. And Ellie Schwabel. Left side Rasko, right side's Mitchell. Mitchell, top of the key, Rasko gets the shot up, and it's short, and it goes out of bounds. So the ball will go to Chazy with 5:02 to go. And we have Brooke West checking into the game, as well as Callie McGrath. Paige Garnott and Bailey Stocker checking out of the game for Chazy. Gagnon driving in, nice hands, lays it up and in. It's 28-10, and Westport has no answer for Gagnon here in the third quarter. And Schwabel taking the ball up here for Westport. Right side, and it is Rasko gets it into the hands of Hannah Place, who's checked into the game. And Rotella is tied up, but the arrow favors Chazy with 4:34 to go.
Just off the subject of this game, I had some real excitement today. I found a tape that I've been not looking for, but hoping to come across eventually. It's the Chazy boys at Willsboro in the spit pit. I don't know if you ever had the...
No, I've heard about that court. That's where they have the overhang and...
they had a balcony all the way around it. And
so you have that?
I have a game there in '87 of a game in the spit pit. Yeah.
I always heard about that, but I never saw it, never played there, never watched a game there. They say it was smaller than St. Mary's, was it?
The gym's probably about that size. But, you know, it was probably big when it was built compared to the gym that Westport had and Scroon Lake and others.
But there was a balcony all the way around it, right?
Yeah.
They said it was a hard place to play in.
Very hard. And the fans would spit on the on the players if they didn't like what was going on out there.
And wasn't the backboard like on the balcony too? Wasn't it like on the back of the balcony, like so they could shake it when the other team was shooting? Not that they would do that.
No. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. I'll be putting it up probably tomorrow sometime on the internet.
Okay.
But that was quite an adventure, and it was a nice experience. And of course, probably 5-6 years ago, Westport put up that nice new school, and that nice new gym.
Beautiful gym. Well, if you could send me a link on that too, that'd be great. I've never seen it.
Crusher O'Connell was one of the refs.
Crusher.
And one of the guys was arguing with him, and Crusher's in the doorway, and all of a sudden, this is how foolish the fan is. He grabs Crusher and pulls him out through the door. A few seconds later, Crusher's back.
He physically grabbed Crusher?
Yeah, yanked him through the door.
Wow. And of course, Crusher is a prison guard, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm thinking that he might have won that battle.
Yeah, well, he was a tough cookie.
Well, he's a big guy, too.
Yeah.
Oh, nice play by Pombrio. Well, that's really interesting, Calvin, because I heard a lot about the pit. I think it was called the pit.
Spit pit.
Spit pit. That is funny. Again, another reason to support Hometown Cable. Again, these are hometown memories. You're going back 1987.
Yeah, 25 years ago.
25 years ago. Wow. That's, and I bet you there's a lot of people probably listening to this will probably go online and try to look for that. Because, again, that is truly a memory. That school's no longer around anymore. I mean, it's there. The building's there, but it's obviously not in use. And another reason why you want to support Hometown Cable, so to preserve these memories. And again, I know I said it in the first half, I'll say it again. If you haven't given lately, please send a check to 1477 Ridge Road, Champlain, New York, 12919, or go online to Plattsburgh.com or HometownCableNetwork.com, and you can make a donation by PayPal. I know Calvin would very much appreciate it. This is how he makes his livelihood, but he has a lot of expense to bring this to the people of the North Country, and actually fans all over North America with the internet. And the first foul shot by Megan Suddeth goes in, and it's now a 19-point lead here for Chazy with 2:55 to go here in the third. When they're shooting foul shots, Calvin, I feel like I'm at a golf match. I got to bring my voice down here because I don't want to disrupt anything here. You know, like a golf. Well, he's on the third tee, and he's eyeballing the putt here, and
Joe DiMaggio said we have to hit a 90-mile fastball with 30,000 people hollering in the stands, and the guy can't hit a ball sitting on a tee.
That's not moving.
Right.
Well, and now, of course, I played basketball, and I played. Oh, Brooke West gets a shot up, it doesn't drop. I played basketball, I played softball, I played probably any sport that had a moving puck or ball. And yet golf is probably the hardest sport I've ever played. You got this big club and this little ball that doesn't move, and it's like, come on, how difficult can this be? But it can be fairly difficult. And it's Robel with the ball, 2:21 to go here in the third. And Kramer gets the shot up, rebounded by Brooke West. She gives it up over to Callie McGrath, over to Rachel Pombrio. 2:10 to go here left in the third. The Eagles of Chazy with a 19-point lead. Mara Trombley with the ball over to Brooke West. West back over to Trombley. Trombley over to Skylar Thomas. Thomas driving. Gets the shot up, rebounded by Trombley. She gets the shot up, doesn't drop, and it goes into the hands of Suddeth. Megan Suddeth running the floor here for Westport. Pushes it up over to Schrobel, back to Suddeth. Nice block by Pombrio. But Bill Liberty says no block here, that was a foul. So going to the line for two is Megan Suddeth.
If you should happen to bump into that Trombley girl, tell her to use the glass on a shot like that last one.
Oh, she did. It was upper glass.
Suddeth carries her momentum forward here, so that's why she's standing at 16 and a half feet instead of 15 feet.
Yeah.
On time she finishes shooting, she's at the foul line.
Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat, Calvin. But it's worked for her. She's like 3 for 4.
Yeah.
A nice rebound by Brooke West. Over to Mara Trombley, over to Rachel Pombriel. 1:30 left here in the third. Pombriel over to West. And we have Sam Barcombe is into the game, Samantha Barcombe. Pombriel's got the look. And if they're going to give it to her, she'll take it. And number 15, Rachel Abramson is into the game also here for Westport, as well as number 13, Say Young Park. And there's the shot by Abramson. And the ball will go to Westport. They're now up, Chazy's up by 20 with 58.9 to go here in the third. And changing the subject just a little bit, Calvin. How about them Giants?
Yeah, they're surprising a lot of folks.
Well, they're peaking at the right time.
Yep.
And they don't be signing the game against the Packers. But it was a very dominating performance, like the Eagles are doing here tonight against Westport. And Samantha, the shot up by Barcombe doesn't fall. And Westport throws it away, goes back to Chazy.
Didn't the Giants beat the Packers during the regular season?
No, they lost to them by 3.
Oh, they lost them, okay. And did they play the Redskins at all during the season? I mean the 49ers?
They lost 27-20 earlier in the season to them.
So,
but the difference is they're all back healthy and they're peaking at the right time. Should be a good game down in San Francisco, obviously, and Trombley with the breakaway gives it up over to Pombriel. Pombriel, now back to Trombley. Trombley off the glass, and Mara Trombley misses that one. It's rebounded by Westport. And the third quarter comes to an end, and Chazy extended their halftime lead to 20 points. They had a big third quarter as they lead 32-12. And we're starting the fourth quarter. And it's Mitchell with the ball. And we have into the game, we have Alyssa Hansen into the game, as well as Monica Garrow, Samantha Barcombe, Mara Trombley, and Shelby Gagno. Trombley with the rebound gives it up over to Shelby Gagno. And Gagno working her way down, up over to Trombley. Trombley over to Garrow. Garrow back to Trombley, over to Gagno. Gagno gets the shot off, and it's rebounded by Suddeth. And Megan Suddeth will take the ball up herself. Crosses at midcourt. Into the hands of number 13, Park. And the ball is loose, picked up by Gagno. Gagno looking to go all the way. She does, takes it in. Doesn't get the drop, picked up by Mitchell on the rebound. Mitchell will push the floor now. And Gagno comes from behind and knocks it away. Suddeth with the ball. And Trombley takes it away from Park. Gives it up over to Gagno. And Gagno will take it herself. And takes up a nice easy layup. And it's 34-12 with 6:46 to go.
Now, will that be an assist for Trombley?
I think it would be.
She set up the play, definitely.
She set up the play. And it is Suddeth. Gagno grabs it, and the arrow favors Chazy, or does it? We don't know if they've been switching the clock or not. So, but it does favor Chazy, so we'll say it does. The officials aren't telling to overturn it.
Well, arrow favors Chazy, so
yeah.
You're right there, whether it should or not.
That's my point. I don't know if it should or not, but they did switch it, so Westport will get it. And Mosier gives them the big thumbs up there. They got it right that time. And Garrow misses the shot. So I don't think the scorekeeper or the clock person thought they'd be such a big person in this game here tonight.
It's a good thing it's not a
a lot of
closer
airtime.
game.
You get a lot of airtime.
Yeah, if it was a closer game, that would be vital.
I guess it would be. Oh, nice play by Taladu Melofu. She'll go to the line for 2.
What did you say her name was?
Taladu Melofu.
Okay. That's what I thought you said.
Well, she's not going to the line for 2. And Ellie Schwabel calls the play. And nice play by Barkham, steals the ball. And nice ball movement here by the Eagles. It's Alyssa Hansen over to Shelby Gagno. Over to Monica Garrow, over to Tremblay. Over to Barkham. Barkham with the shot. In and out. And it's rebounded by number 10, Megan Sudduth. Sudduth is running the floor. Pushes it out over to Rasko. Rasko with the shot. Rebounded by Tremblay. Over to Gagno. Gagno trying to get a shot off behind the backboard. It hits the back side of the backboard. Tremblay ties her up, but the arrow favors Westport. And we do know that's a legit arrow. Calvin and I saw it switch ourselves. And he's right on it. He switches it right back. Lozier's just totally impressed with the boys over there now. And Rasko, nice shot. Nothing but basket, and it's 34-14, a 20-point Chazy lead. Inside the Barcone, has it knocked away. She tried to get a shot off, and it's picked up by number 14, Place. Place gives it up over to Schwabel. Schwabel goes left side over to Sudduth. Sudduth gets a shot off, and she's fouled by Gagno. So Sudduth will go to the line for 2 with 4:46 to go.
I may shock you with this revelation here, Joey, but sometimes people at the ball games don't really know the rules. And I remember one woman, I don't remember where or when it was, but you've had a turnover and the other team got the ball, and next time down the floor, her team turned it. Oops, I have to whisper right now.
What are your golf talk right now?
Her team turned it over again, and she said, "Hey, it's our turn." She thought the possession arrow. Every time the ball went out of bounds, you took turns.
That is a shocker, Calvin.
Yeah.
Because we know that all the fans that come here understand the game. And she makes the second one.
Dick Barnett from the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
Dick the Kick Barnett. He'd take his jump shots that way.
That when basketball was basketball?
Well, yeah.
Back when they actually played it like basketball? Well, I think there's no doubt the college game is much more enjoyable to watch than the pros.
I watched the playoff game a couple of years ago, and just the last game of the last quarter of the last game, and I figured I haven't missed anything.
Oh, and Darrow tried to get the shot off.
And even watching football, wasn't so too bad. A little bit of football I watched over the weekend, but so many times somebody makes a tackle, somebody scores a touchdown, makes a nice catch, and they got to put on a 30-second display. Just do what you're supposed to do and stop the showboating. But that's why I turned the channel.
But that went way back in the '60s with Joe Namath.
But as far as showboating on the field, I think Hollywood Henderson was the one that really
he was there,
comes to mind.
For the Cowboys.
But he was unique. It was interesting. It was fun. But now everybody's a Hollywood Henderson, And
You mean you don't want to autograph the football after you score like Terrell Owens?
No. No.
Are you against the T-bowing?
Well, I don't know. I've never watched the game and saw how he does it. So
What's after the game, or he does it on the sideline. He doesn't do it on the field.
Yeah, he's not drawing attention to himself. If the camera happens to be on him, then that's up to the camera.
Not just it happens; they make it a point to be on.
Right. I mean, that's it. That's what I'm saying. From his point of view, he's not doing it because of the camera.
Right.
And other people are doing it because of the camera.
But of course, nowadays it's always been about the money. But with the exposure 24/7 news outlet, like hometown cable, mind you, 24/7. They know it's all about the money, because the more flamboyant they can be, the more attention they get to themselves, the more they might get to endorse products, and they'll make a little side money from what they do on their real job. And Garrow over to Pombrio. And into the game for Chazy is number 32, Loretta Garrow. And Loretta Garrow and Monica Garrow are sisters.
I think our clock people at Chazy are going to have to go back to clock 101 here.
Well, clock school. We're just having an off day, Calvin. I guess everybody has them.
No, they got a referee who's paying attention to.
Thank God.
to them.
This game will never get done. We better go into our golf voice. We have Alyssa Hansen at the line here. And it's Hansen for her second shot. And it hits the backboard, so it'll go to Westport. Yeah, we should get you to go tape a round of golf.
I have a few times I've taped high school golf.
Have you really? Will you catch them coming in?
Yeah.
I'd have you come tape me, but then I'm thinking, no, I really don't want you to do that. I don't want to see what my swing looks like on camera. Well, I think this game is kind of academic, Calvin. They're up by 17 with 3:24 to go. I think I'd be stunned if Westport came back and won this one. And Hansen with the shot. Nice shot, just didn't drop. And it was knocked away by number 15, Rachel Abramson. Actually, it was off of, they said white ball.
He did.
He did. But he must have got white numbers. So it's Ratzko over to Park, left side, Schwobel, nothing but net for Ellie Schwobel, and it's 34-19 with 2:54 to go. And Pombrio take her time, there's no big rush here. Garrow over to Barcombe, Barcombe back to Garrow, and there's the shot. Oh, almost drops in and out. Nice shot by Garrow. Loretta Garrow, but it just wouldn't drop for her. And it's Schwobel. Ratzko. Rebounded by Pombrio. And Pombrio crossing midcourt. Just slow it up. But the clock is your friend here. Barcombe looking to penetrate backwards. And there's the shot by Pombrio, hits the rim, rebounded by Schwobel. Trying to get into the hands of Ratzko. And we have a substitution. We have Mitchell coming in as well as Place. And a Place coming into the game. And it's Pombrio with under 2 minutes to go here. Taking her time. They got a 15-point lead. So it's a comfortable lead. Into the hands of Loretta Garrow. Over to Pombrio. She has 17 on the shot clock. Inside to Barcombe. Back over to Garrow. And it's rebounded by Mellowfu. Mellowfu gives it up over to Sydney Mitchell. Mitchell, top of the key. Fakes the shot, goes to Place. And it's Park. Back over to Mitchell. And it's slapped away by Garrow. So we'll go to Westport with a minute 20. Chazy up 34-19. And it's stolen away by Hansen over to Pombrio. Pombrio will take her time with a minute 14 to go. 21 on the shot clock, plenty of time, taking her time. Over to Garrow, Monica Garrow. Well, actually, that was Zena Pete. My mistake. It was Zena Pete with the ball. And the whistle blows, and nobody wants to give it up. But it will go to Westport.
Throw them both out.
They thought it was a souvenir. They weren't going to let that ball go.
Throw them out. Throw them both out.
That means they're both into the game, Calvin. That's nice to see.
Play the whistle.
They were so focused on that ball, they didn't hear the whistle.
They were grunting too loud, both of them.
And it is Melifu who will go to the line as she was fouled by Sam Barcombe. How does Lozier put up this high intensity game?
I don't know. He's got a referee and keep the shot clock and the time clock. And
so I think he's going to ask Brian Norcross if he have to pay that the boys get to the clock, or at least half of it.
I don't know if they've earned half of it.
Oh, nice arc, nice air on the ball. But it will go to Chazy with 41.8 seconds to go. The JV girls leading 34-19. And this game is pretty close to being another W in the books here for the Lady Eagles of Chazy. Farmbrio taking the time. Over to Pete. Pete over to Barcombe. Barcombe, nice job driving baseline. Gives it up to Farmbrio. Shot goes up, and nice rebound by Melifu. And Melifu will run the floor herself. Pushes it back into the hands of Park. Park over to Mitchell. Over to Park. Park getting a shot off. And it will go to the Eagles of Chazy with 8.2 to go. And Pombry will just run the clock out, I would think. Over to Pete. Barcombe. And she doesn't get the shot off. And this game has officially come to a close. It's a W in the books for Chazy as they win 34-19. It is the 18th of January, 2012. I'm Joey Trombley, who called the action for you tonight. Calvin Castine was on the camera for Hometown Cable. And as Calvin likes to say, that's the way it was in beautiful downtown Chazy.